When athletes are competing at the Olympics or anywhere else, they don't surrender their basic human rights. And those human rights include the right to privacy, the right to dignity, and the right to compete without horrific online harassment and abuse. And it's very sad to see that one of the stories of these Paris Games has been the terrible treatment of two athletes who are just trying to compete in the sport of boxing. And they have been in the Olympic system for many years, competing. They win, they lose. It has never been an issue before. Overseas Press Club board with quite a few of them.
Oh, amazing. I love New York, the food there.
Yeah, I think for many decades, women and athletes in particular have been scrutinized about how they look. Are your muscles too big? Are you swimming too fast? I mean, this has always happened, and I think one of the requirements of participating in sports should be that you have the ability to do so without harmful abuse. And I think we've seen the online abuse, including by state actors, of women who are just trying to compete for their country. It's shocking and actually quite unprecedented. But I think it's very important that the countries have actually stood up for their athletes and defended their right to compete, and actually said these athletes meet all of the tests that they were required to meet, and so therefore they really should not be harassed and abused. Boxing, which I wasn't planning to go to, but
you have to go.
And then I'm going to see. And this seems a classic case of where access, safety, and equality are all at threat. So I think it's very important for the human rights community and for women everywhere to stand up for the right to compete, and also the right not to be thrown out of a sport by men who are not using any human rights-based standards. So I'm going to go to the finals, whoever's there. But
Germany have two.
International federations, sporting federations, whatever the sport, swimming, boxing, world athletics, whatever the federation is, it exists for a single purpose, and that is to support athletes. And what we've seen in Paris is this is a federation that is not supporting the women boxers. So that federation is not legitimate, and it's not doing the one job it has, which is to support women boxers. It's also, I think, very importantly, not complying with international human rights and with the International Olympic Committee's human rights framework, which is in place.